Getting a contract canceled can be one of the most frustrating things about travel nursing.
What?
And it can come as a shock, but oftentimes there are some warning signs. I'm John. I've been a critical care nurse for 14 years and traveling for the last 5. And my family of 5 travels with me, and we actually love it so much that we created a YouTube channel about it called No Ordinary Path. It's about our adventures in travel nursing. Together with Atlas MedStaff, we hope that you are enjoying the holiday season. While it is a wonderful time of the year, it can oftentimes be very hectic for travel nurses. With seasonal illness and the still looming issues of COVID, staffing can be pretty erratic. Now, Atlas has done a fantastic job of developing relationships with hospitals and health systems, but unfortunately, even with all that, they do not have much say when it comes to a hospital's decision to cancel a contract. With that in mind, we wanted to prepare you for what we might consider the travel nurse cancellation season. Now, being canceled can happen at pretty much any time throughout the year. However, in my experience of doing this, I've noticed that it's typically occurring after the holidays, generally right around the first time of the year. Now, most cancellations happen about halfway through a contract, but some of them can also happen at the very beginning of the contract. So I wanted to give you a little bit of signs and symptoms for warning so that as the traveler going into this, if you are prepared enough, you can just brush it off and be ready for the next contract or maybe even take some time off. The number one thing is low census. If there's not enough patients, they may not need the help any longer. Number 2, if you notice that every time you're coming in to work, you're being floated to that unit, or the next day, that unit. It's not a good sign. Maybe be ready. Number 3, getting your shifts canceled or being put on call frequently. If you notice that that's happening, again, it's probably the census issue. They have the staff. They're going to keep their core staff while the travelers get canceled. Number 4, if you are lucky enough to have guaranteed hours, then it's going to be the opposite. You're coming into work, but you're noticing that most of the staff are being put on call or they're taking PTO. And number 5, and probably the worst one, is pending rumors of contracts being canceled from other travel nurses. If you notice this is a thing, be ready. It's probably coming for you too. Unfortunately, it is a reality in this business, but it is one that with some preparation, you can be ready for. If you see some of the signs and symptoms like I mentioned above, here's some of the things that you can have ready to go. Number 1, mind the gap. And what I mean by that is the gap in between contracts, you need to have savings built up for. But it's not just for in between contracts, it's also for if a cancellation happens to you. Number 2, and probably really important, is when you secure a contract, try to keep your housing on a month-to-month basis. Whether that's in terms of actual houses or apartments or even RV spots, whatever it is, try to keep it on month-to-month so that if this cancellation happens to you, you don't get stuck in a 3-month lease that you have to continue to pay for. And one of the best things you can do to be prepared is have a backup plan. Talk to your recruiter about what other areas, if you're seeing these signs, that you might be able to travel to. Is there anything that's local to where you are so you can literally go from one system to another one that still may be needing help? Location. Think about where you would like to go next. Maybe it's getting colder in the next upcoming months, and this is just a good opportunity to head to the next spot and it's in a better destination for you. Or maybe you want to check out somewhere new that you haven't been before. Kind of have that in the back of your mind and ready to go so that if you're seeing these signs, you can jump right into it and you don't have to worry too much about it. While being canceled is a reality in this business, together with your recruiter, a little bit of foresight and preparedness, you can be ready in case it does. But good luck, and I hope to see you guys out there. There's actually cold brew coffee in this, and I'm every time I do another take, I just get more wired. I'm gonna take another drink of coffee. All right.